All right. I am going to offer the free yes or no's today. The like, sub, and comment. It's going to post your questions in the chat box there. And I'm happy to pull your cards for you. All right. Right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just start pulling for a general read for Scorpios, since we are in that season. And we'll see what the energy comes through for this week. What energy do we have for Scorpio? What energy do we have for Scorpio? All right, the Ten of Swords. This is actually one of my favorite cards. I know it talks about facing battles, really, really hard ones, like the toughest. It's a very Scorpio card. So I like this one because you can see he's underwater, and there's this light coming from under there. There's also light coming from above, and they're like at this crossroads, right? I just think it's really a beautiful transition between above and below, and being able to see both. So let's see, what about this Ten of Swords? What kind of battles Scorpio are going to be running into? Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about what you're going to be doing. Whatever battle that's going to be happening, it's going to change the direction of your life, right? It's tied to karma, a lot of karmic energy. It can be good or bad. So to me, it's looking like there's going to be a pretty big shakeup here. And the wheel doesn't talk about when. It just talks about the indefinite spinning that's going to be happening. Okay, so we got a big shakeup. What about? Oh, got the reverse Page of Pentacles. You can see that. The reverse Page of Pentacles. So we got a big shakeup around the reverse Page of Pentacles. Okay, so, all right, so we got the Ten of Swords, which is going to be talking about some kind of battle, right? Some type of challenge that's going to be very, very trying. Next to the Wheel of Fortune, which is going to set things in motion one way or another. We don't know if it's good or bad, right? And then we got the reverse Page of Pentacles. So definitely going to be learning some type of lesson from all this. What I don't know yet. It's not telling us yet. So there's going to be some kind of cosmic wheel event that's going to be happening around this Ten of Swords. It's probably going to be pretty chaotic, I would say. It's almost like it's resetting the way that you understand, the way that you study, the way that you thought that things should be. Like there's going to be a need for you to just pay attention to details, right? Don't rush the process. Because whatever came around, it's going to come back around. And you're going to have to remember this Ten of Swords lesson that you didn't want to remember the first time. Okay. Let me get a couple more. Let's do a couple more. Oh, okay. We got the reverse Page of Cups. All right. So this was in reverse. This is the reverse Page of Cups. Now that we got following that. So. All right. So this is something to do with emotional immaturity, right? About shutting down after things didn't go the way that you thought they would. Basically, someone's just saying, you know, I'm tired of caring. And where hope was before, walls are now. Yeah. So it looks like there's going to be a collapse of old patterns. Okay. Destiny's going to start turning. And these lessons that you should have learned or that you thought you knew are not going to be there anymore. Everything's going to be turned around in this wheel that keeps spinning. Okay. And it's going to be pretty heavy emotionally. All right. This Knight of Swords, K-N-I-G-H-T, Knight Swords. There we go. It came out right underneath this wheel, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Knight of Swords, it's a very like quick kind of card. It's someone who's got very, very sharp emotional intelligence, but they're leaping in like way too soon, like before everything can settle and they can see like the full clear picture. They're just like got this passion and they're like on their white horse, you know, coming into emotionally basically just head first into the dust. They got their sword out, their quick-witted mind. It's very Scorpio-ish. I would just say that if there's an argument that's going on or a confrontation around this Ten of Swords, Scorpio, that whatever news that you guys are surrounded around with this, just know that fate is already turning in motion, okay? And if you try to move faster or forget the lessons that you've learned, or if you're not quite sure and you try to charge in, it's gonna collapse on you. There's gonna be an emotional wrecking. Okay, and it's gonna happen right when you don't expect it. Man, I wish I had some better news, Scorpio. But maybe now that you know this is coming, you can be a little bit more prepared. Right? Okay. So that's for Scorpio. All right. Shuffle these back in here. All right. Next we'll do Sagittarius. Okay, so we're going to do Sagittarius. Sagittarius. All right, what do we need to know for Sagittarius? What do we need to know for Sagittarius? What do we need to know for Sagittarius? All right, we got the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about reunions, friendships, celebrations. It's a very positive, happy card. And we've got it verified with the Four of Cups. Okay. With the Four of Cups. All right. So this can also point to legacy. Kind of like, you know, coming home for the holidays type of feeling and meeting up with all your family and just your tribe, right? And this is kind of like the emotional counterpart to that. And it's saying, despite having the right pieces, they're ignoring a new one that's offered by the universe. So there's some kind of spiritual stagnation happening that Sagittarius you're being complacent with. And it might make it hard for you to connect on this Ten of Pentacles level. It's just letting you know that the blessing's it's already been handed to you. You just need to go inside and give it some time. Just go inside and listen. You know, maybe spend some time in whatever space that you can hear yourself, right? All right. Ooh, another card here, the Chariot. Okay. So right next to that, we got the Chariot with the Hanged Man. Interesting. All right. So the Chariot means things are going to be changing. 100%. They're going to be changing around this situation. Okay. So it's going to basically push you forward no matter where you want to sit, right? It's not going to tear you apart, but it's definitely going to excel you from where you've been sitting in a comfortable position so far. Okay? And let me see here. And what's going to happen with this Hanged Man, you're going to have to really go inside. There's something that you're not wanting to look at or address around a situation, Sagittarius, that you're really going to have to. You're going to have to, it's going to force you to go inside. Right? And you, Sagittarius, know better than anyone the push and the pull between, you know, wanting to go out and explore and then having that deep reflection, the fire and the water. Go wait. So you have something really positive here with this Pentacles, Sagittarius. But your soul's getting restless and detached from it because you're not taking the time to break the patterns that are keeping you stuck. So whatever's making you restless, let's see. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. That's what's making you restless, is the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this is just the impulsive, adventurous, creative, and it's just kind of this wild like passion that's impossible to cage in. And they burn really fast and they burn really bright with a lot of emotional power behind it. But it doesn't have a place to go yet, because where he's going requires you to first go inward, Sagittarius. Okay. So I think the overall message here is that you've built a stable world, but this wildness inside of you that's causing a little bit of chaos, honestly. It doesn't want you to lose that sense of wonder, but you have to find a balance. There's got to be a balance here. So you definitely have an energy that has a light in the dark tunnel for you, Sagittarius. So just channel this passion, this raw passion that you have, maybe that you've put away and put walls up, and this Ten of Pentacles will open back up for you. Maybe just ride the wave instead of starting the fire, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Close back in here. All right. So let's do Capricorn next. I'm gonna do Capricorn. See about my live chat here. Live chat. Let's see if I got my stream thing settings here right. Right. There. And stream. Oh, it's almost done. Right. Harmonics there. And here. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling for Aquarius. Let's do some Aquarius here. All right. What do we got lined up for Aquarius this week? What's in for Aquarius? All right, we got 3. Got the 9 of Pentacles, which is kind of that childhood voice inside of us, that wonder met with a little bit of experience now that we're older. You can see that she's standing in the light, and there's all this wonderful jungle behind her, but she's stepping into the unknown here, and there's still these butterflies, the transformation around her, but she's just looking. She hasn't taken the step yet into that next chapter. Okay. And so, see here. All right, we got that with the 2 of Pentacles. So we got the 9 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. And Pentacles are a very earthy energy, right? When we think about earth, we think about being grounded, stability. And when you pair this with the 9 of Pentacles, what we see here is that there's a dialogue between self-sufficiency and balance, right? So the Nine of Pentacles talks about that earned independence, right? And so it's things that you've learned along the way, right? It's learning how much water to put in your garden and how much shade it needs, right? And then eventually, over the time, you get to eat the fruit that's not, you know, that's not too messed up from from your experiments on how to do it, right? So you eventually learn what to do and what not to do, right? And you get to move forward. And that's the beautiful thing about life, is the lessons that we get to learn along the way and how we get to apply them. Okay? And so this is achieving a degree of comfort, but you have to keep moving. You have to keep excelling forward, because if you don't, you're just going to be standing there wondering if you should go into this light that you see, this new light. But back here, it's you've learned what you need to learn. All of the wonder is still there, but your eyes are filtering in a new opportunity for you. And so it's a completely new energy that you're looking at, but you have to take the step towards it. It's kind of the same thing with this guy here. You can see that he's got this whole ball of just immense energy and power, and he doesn't want to push it through the window. But the energy's coming from the sun, from the abundance on the other side. It's like he doesn't want to leave the safety of his home, even though he sees this energy. He can feel it. He, she, it doesn't matter. But for some reason, he doesn't understand that the source of that energy is coming from the other side of the window. And so it's not going to stay there forever. It will, you know, go down eventually, and you're not going to be able to attain that internally, because you're going to be stuck in this castle, you know, in this garden entrance, just looking out at it, just like he's looking out the window. So, okay, let me get one more. Let me get one more for Aquarius. Okay. Ooh, the Three of Wands. All right, the Three of Wands. All right. I'll put this down here. All right, so 1 second. So what in here? Oops. All right. Get this going here. So it looks to me that it's just verifying here with this Three of Wands. Okay, it's about forward movement, right? It's about seeing the momentum picking up and the anticipation, and it's the moment that you set those plans in motion, but it's before you've actually made the step towards it, right? It's just all this planning and this future focused kind of mentality, but it's not going to, you're not going to be able to live in that. I mean, it's it's going to be stuck here underneath, right? It's just going to be stuck there underneath all of these roots and stability and abundance that you can see. But you're not going to be able to enjoy it if you don't actually make the steps. Take the necessary steps to move forward. Don't be scared to do that, because where you're at is good enough. Okay, Aquarius? All right. Let's do Pisces. All right. Here's some Pisces. Piscean energy. Pisces energy. Do some Pisces energy here. All right. Mix these up a little bit here. I don't know what's going on with my live here. Hi, Brent. Welcome in. He says, does Kendra like me? Let's see. Let's see. Does Kendra like Brent? The Sun. All right, Brent. This is the most abundant, happy, positive card in the deck. So I would say that's a yes for sure. I would say yes to that. I would say that's a big yes, Brent. Question is do you like Kendra? I'm happy that's good news. I hope it's good news. You're welcome. She seems busy though. Well, let's see here. Okay, well, we got the Page of Wands with it. So the Page of Wands with the Sun. Well, you must have made an impression. Because the Page of Wands is definitely it's walking into kind of the unknown. So it's that new kind of energy, that new kind of light and spark that you haven't quite stepped into yet, but you can see it, and it's very like positive. It's at the very beginning. It's also a very positive card, right? It's that kind of electricity that you guys probably feel for each other, and neither one of you it hasn't evolved past that yet, that kind of fun stage. So I see it. If you guys wanted to go, you know, a couple steps more, that she probably would feel the same way that you do right now. Oh. I hope so. It's always fun, that first stage, when feelings are like that kind of like little kid, new playground kind of feeling. It's just like a lot of fun, a lot of butterflies in your stomach, and I wish it turns out how you need it to, Brent. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. I think you should ask Kendra on a date, considering you got the most positive abundant card in the deck, the Sun. So I think that that's a very positive sign. Brent, where are you coming in from? All right, get this pulled up here. I'm going to continue with Pisces read here. As we get some more questions going, I'll just continue to do this. If someone wants to get a live reading, a live pool for any donation, I can do that too. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to pull for Pisces and see what we got going on with Pisces. What do we got going on for Pisces? It's not wanting to. Pisces is being a little reserved here. All right. Got the Sun again. All right. Got the Sun again. Thanks for the subscribe, Brent. All right. Pisces. Got some good Pisces energy coming through here. Okay. And it's paired with, I just take one at a time, the Wheel of Fortune. So somebody's got a lot of good karma coming in. A lot of good karma coming in. This Wheel of Fortune, once it starts turning, it's not set in stone, but it's gonna change the way that you approach a karmic situation. So it can be positive or it can be negative, and in this sense, it's definitely positive. So let's see. What else? What else we got? For Pisces and this abundant energy that's coming in. Okay. So we got the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune with the Six of Cups. With the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is kind of interesting because it's just like a golden welcome mat into this really great energy, and I'm really excited about this. It could be tied to somebody in your past or something in your past that's, or maybe taking you back to that child, like I said a minute ago. It's going to be taking you back to that childlike energy, making you feel like a kid again, like all these possibilities, all this energy and happiness, that kids so freely have, that we as adults sometimes forget about how much fun that was. right? So there's definitely something that's going to bring you some clarity and refreshing energy, Pisces. It's going to bring a lot of restoration and rediscovery. And I'm really excited about that for you, Pisces. All right. I'm going to shuffle those back in. And we will pull for Aries. Let's see here. Shuffle these up a little more. Pull for some Aries. All right, Aries, what we got going on? Ooh. Actually, I'm going to shuffle these a little more. Well, I got Lovers. That's at the bottom of the deck here. Oh, okay. Well, Aries, we have Lovers with the reverse Queen of Pentacles. So, the Lovers, it can be about a relationship. It doesn't have to be. It just is talking about the energy around comfort. And in this reverse Queen of Pentacles with it, it's telling me that for you, Aries, there's going to be a disconnect from that loving, comforting feeling and basically that hug, right? The nurturing kind of like motherly comfort that you get, that nurturing, that hot meal makes you feel good, or you know, getting into bed at night after you've worked really hard all day and just your pillow being super soft, right? It's going to be that type of energy, but it's in the reverse. So maybe there's a relationship that's not giving you that in return. Okay. All right. So the Lovers with the reverse Queen of Pentacles and now the reverse Nine of Swords. Yeah, you definitely got some kind of relationship here that's happening that is not in fair balance, Aries. So I would suggest maybe taking a look at that if you're feeling like you're not getting what you're putting into the relationship. I would suggest taking a look at what you're putting in, because it doesn't look like the person you're giving all this love and attention to, maybe they're not able to reciprocate that in a way that you need it to be. And so sometimes that's a hard thing to see, because we don't want to think about relationships being this kind of like this interchanging here. But this came out with this one, which looks very similar. The passion's there, but it seems like one person is putting it all in and the other person is just not able. I don't think that they're able to give you that love and comfort that you need. And that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that maybe right now where they're at, it's just not right. Okay, Aries. I'll put those in there. Okay. I'm going to pull for Taurus. Taurus next. Hi, Janet. Welcome in. You want to know if you will get a job soon. Will I get a job soon? Okay. Let's see. Get a job soon. Woo! Those just flew right back out on top of my deck. Okay. Ooh. So we have this star. See all that like really cool, like magical new energy that she is pulling out? Yeah. And then it's paired with the Magician. So I think that this is very positive. It talks about new beginnings and having all of the tools to get what you want. So you are qualified to start whatever new beginning is coming in, and you can make of it whatever you want once you get there. So I would say yes. And it's a very, very exciting new energy. So I hope you get a job soon, Janet. I hope that this happens for you soon. Oh, you're welcome, Janet. All right. Hi, Cupcake. I like your name. Yep. If you want to go ahead and post your question, I just got done with Janet, so you're up next. Couple these up. Oh, good. There we go. So we got those free yes or no's. And if you want to donate any amount to the channel, then I will pull live for you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and keep pulling for Taurus. And Cupcake, if you're still here and you want to ask your question, you can post it if you feel comfortable. And I'll pull for you. Your yes or no. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with Taurus here. See what we got going on with Taurus. Ooh. Okay. We got the Ace of Swords. Hi, SK. How are you? Okay, I see you there. Set these aside here. I see your question there, Cupcake. Yeah, SK, if you want to just post it as soon as I get done with Cupcake's yes or no, I'll go ahead and pull yours. And Cupcake wants to know, will the two people I miss come back to me? Okay. Let's see. Let's see, Cupcake. Okay. I got the Four of Pentacles. So if you can see all this gold, and then you can see him just sitting in his throne looking down at it, and the light behind him, he's not embracing it. He's actually just looking down at all of this down here. And it's kind of a lonely card. In reference to your question, it feels like there was some kind of happy, you know, golden memories that this Four of Pentacles is looking down on, and it's behind him and in front of him, and in the moment he's not able to have any kind of light abundance energy for himself. He's just caught in the future and in the past. So I'll pull one more just because it's not a yes or a no. Let me see. Okay. High Priestess. I would say no. I'd say no. There's just kind of this gut feeling with this High Priestess card that whatever was set in motion or is in motion it's not ready to circle back around. Okay, Cupcake, I'm sorry. I hope that that's helpful in some way, whatever way it can be. SK, if you want to go ahead and post your question here. I know it's hard, Cupcake, when you miss people and you really want them there and they're not. I know that's a really hard situation, so I hope that you find some relief from that. Okay, did Nahira, sorry about my dogs there, Traluia, find me looking good yesterday? Shrey, okay. So you want to know if all that effort you were putting in, if Traluia was picking up on it, huh? Okay. All right. Let's see. Ooh, we got the Ace of Wands, Trey. I think that's a yes. That's a pretty good yes. You just woke up that way, huh? Man, you're lucky. I wish I had that level of Well, just keep doing what you're doing, because that's a yes. All right. Hi, Chrissy. You want to know, is someone coming towards me in love? Let's see. Actually, she's my ex. ASAP as I enter the... Huh. Oh, so you already knew. Well, you were wanting to get that. You were wanting to get her back. Whatever you did yesterday is a good sign. She definitely liked what she saw. Well, okay. Chrissy, you want to know, is someone coming towards you in love? And I got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. So, Nine of Pentacles. I don't think it's about someone rushing towards you. I think it's about... It's about like the attraction, right? You're welcome, Trey. I think whoever does come to you in love, it's going to need to be at its own pace. It's not going to be able to be something that you're going to be expecting. You know, you have to have that emotional independence and stability and confidence first. right? And once you find that, then that person is gonna naturally pick up on that, and they'll find you too. Okay. Okay. Okay, Chrissy. So there is someone that will find you, but I think it's just saying to maybe wants you to be a little more independent first, if that makes sense. Maybe that's got to happen before this next step does in love. Okay. Okay. All right. If any of you guys want to make any dollar donation to the channel, I can pull live for you right now here on this live, or you can book a private reading with me. Got a special 3 for 33 going on. Some other good stuff, some live pools and things like that. So just trying to get my channel out there and put back some of the lessons that I've learned here, so others can maybe learn too. Make life a little bit easier for everyone if everyone did that, you know. All right, well, I think my little one's home, and she requires all of my attention, so I might hop back on later. I appreciate all the likes, the subscribes, and the comments, you guys. And hopefully I'll see you all soon. If not, have a good night. Good luck in your endeavors. I hope it all turns out just the way that you need it.